Awesome. Cool. There we go. Presence. And one together. What is vibing? This is Vish and
Hi, I'm Madeline.
and today we'll be responding to Sadhguru's video on.
What is the best way to stay healthy?
And today I'm here with Madeline. Want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm a senior at UT. I am studying philosophy and sociology. I began my spiritual practice probably about 2 years ago when I started meditating, and I've just been on the journey ever since. So
There we go. And who are some spiritual teachers or gurus that you've come across that have inspired your path?
I would probably say Carl Jung is the biggest one. I really like his ideas on psychotherapy and the unconscious. I feel like it's the most spiritual approach to psychology that's ever been put forth.
Wow.
And Sam Harris as well has been a good one as well.
Sweet. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, of course.
Do you ever find yourself stressed, anxious, or nervous? Well, that used to be me all the time. And then I found meditation. Not only did I get out of it, but now I'm guiding over hundreds of people on their meditation journeys. And I will soon be coming out with a meditation product, so stay tuned for that. I would love to hear how you stay healthy before we start in the comments down below.
And with that, let's get into the video.
It's so wonderful, Sadhguruji. You know, I know everybody in the beautiful auditorium here, and the thousands of people who are watching live on the internet, they all want to know, is there a prescription for good health? Spirituality, yoga, meditation. Because I have seen, you know, some of the impossible things that you have done for other people when they were not well. But more importantly, when your health took bad, no doctor or no medical dictionary or directory could ever detect it. So is there something else to stay well? I read in the book, Aditi beautifully wrote in a biography. She said you are a mystic, you know, to have an undiagnosed illness and then got it cured.
Did you get the question?
See,
No.
I hope you all have the same question on your health. You want to stay healthy, right?
There we go.
And everybody who is looking at us today, they want to know if Dr. Reddy never asked this question. How do we stay?
So it's two different outfits,
I
right?
want them
Yeah.
to stay, but I want them to stay well strong.
The thing is, we created this body from inside. So the manufacturer of this body is inside. So if you have a repair job to be done, would you like to go to the manufacturer or to the local mechanic?
Wow.
That's awesome.
Right?
If you had excess, you would like to go to the manufacturer. If you lost excess, you will go to the local tinker to do this and that. If there was no medical science as it is, I would say even half the people would be dead by now, here in this audience. Yes. Because the average life expectancy of an Indian in 1947 was 28 years. Today it has risen to 64. One important factor is medical science the way it is. So I am not trying to belittle or make fun of medical sciences. It is very significant. What has been achieved in the last 30 to 40 years is phenomenal. The question is just this: if you had access to the source of that which creates this body, definitely every problem that you generate within the body could be handled. Now there are two kinds of ailments, infectious and chronic. Infectious ailments happen to us because of an external invasion from an organism. You must go to the doctor, don't try to meditate on it. But 70% of the ailments on the planet are self-created. I am saying self-created because it happened from within you. So what is happening from within you can be very easily fixed from within you. What comes to you from outside, you need outside help for that. So you have to fight an organism, then you need medicine. So, the rest of the ailments, almost 70%, are self-created. Why would your body work against you? This body is essentially programmed for health. Every cell in this body is programmed for health. Why would it turn against you? Because somewhere you're not keeping it happy. To put it in a very simple language, why would your own family turn against you? Somewhere they're not happy with you, isn't it? Yes or no? They're not happy with you with something that you're doing. So similarly, some cells in the body, some parts of your body are not happy with you for some reason. You must pay a little more attention. There is a way, a systematic way of paying attention to this one, because everything in this body was created from within. When it is so, can't it fix from within?
Yes.
So this is not a miracle. I want people to understand this is not a miracle. What is a miracle is, suppose you did not know what is electricity. I came here and I just press that part of the wall and lights come on. Who do you think I am? Suppose, 1,000 years ago, if I had a cell phone, I could just pull out the cell phone and talk to somebody in America. You would think I'm God, isn't it? So what is a miracle is that which you do not understand, that which is not fitting into your logical perception seems miraculous to you. As your logic evolves, so many things which were miracles 100 years ago are normal things in our day-to-day life today, isn't it? Isn't it so? So it is not a miracle, it's just a deeper understanding of your own, the way you're constructed. So this is something that we need to pay attention to.
That was awesome.
I agree. That was a beautiful video, just like all of his other videos too. I truly learned so much, and what did you think, Madeleine?
Definitely resonated with it. I've had a decline in physical health, and I can directly link it to an increase in anxiety and holding all my emotions in my stomach, so having digestion issues. So I can definitely see where that goes along with what he was saying.
Absolutely, yeah, that makes sense. And really just what I really especially connected with was the whole idea of how it's all about within you, right? Whatever happens within you, like the problems, quote unquote, should be fixed also within you,
Yeah.
right? It's really interesting, the analogy provided, which was how if you were to, what was it? It was like the manufacturer, yeah, if you had an issue with your car, or what was it?
Would you go to a manufacturer or the local mechanic?
Yeah. And I think ideally the manufacturer, right?
Yeah.
But as he says, not everyone has access to it. But what I especially connected with was this thing he said before in other videos as well, which is how this body, this mind, this whole mechanism, right, is the most sophisticated chemical factory on the planet, as he says and puts it. And so what most of us are doing today is really just operating this sophisticated mechanism without a user's manual, as he says, right? So it's literally like, imagine having this computer right in front of me and trying to turn it on, but pushing a bunch of random buttons, right? And then like breaking it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's literally a very similar thing that's happening to most of us. What do you think about the analogy?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I mean, I notice a lot of family members who have various issues that are brought on probably more mentally, and they'll try to treat, I feel like, the symptoms rather than the root cause, like a lot of hormonal issues. I feel like that can be regulated through, regulating anxiety and stress. And, unless that's treated, then, you're only going to be treating the symptoms, so.
Absolutely, and I think it's also important to differentiate. I mean, yes, I think as he says, 70 to 80% of the issues of health are within, but that 20 to 30% are also coming from the external, right?
Yeah.
So for instance, with COVID right now, there are certain things that you can do within. Obviously, I've heard, keeping your mind or mental health in optimal check is great for the body too, because the moment there's a decline with your mental, let's say there's anxiety or whatever, it actually causes an immune response, which weakens the immune system, to keep it simple. And so that, if anything, makes it harder to fight against something like COVID, right? So I'm curious, what are some things that you've done during the COVID pandemic to stay healthy?
I've honestly just stayed inside. I still work out because I think it's still important to, you know, do what you can to stay healthy. I mean, I think getting sunshine, working out, eating a healthy diet, I think those are probably the most important things. So
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's really important. And going off of that, actually, there was this thing I learned from Sadhguru himself, which was whether it's success, whether it's health, enlightenment, most of us today are so focused on these things, right, that we kind of lose sight of the recipe as well as the ingredients, right? So for instance, what he says is that when, let's say, planting a strawberry tree, right? Is that a tree? I think it's a tree.
it might be.
Okay. Or a fruit plant, right? To keep it simple. If you were to give it the right, let's just say you have a seed, right? So you first need the seed, obviously, which we all have within us. You give it the right sunlight, give it the right soil, give it the right amount of water. Don't even think about the fruit. It will naturally blossom, right? So the same thing applies to our health, for instance, right? You give it the right sunlight. Even sunlight's super important for us as well. The food, the sleep, exercise, and then naturally your health will be great, right? There's not much that you have to even think about. What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree.
There we go. And so, yeah, I would highly encourage you all to comment down below. What are some methods that you do to take care of your health? And also, what did you think about this video reaction? What did you learn? With that, thank you so much for watching and taking the time. Make it a great day. Take it joyfully. Presence. That one together. And stay conscious. Awesome.
Thanks.
You did great.